But it's not like I wasn't doing okay before. But actually, I would say I was doing pretty alright. I was cruising through my classes, okay at the violin, and I had a couple of friends. I was satisfied with how things were. Yeah, there might be an announcement for a new club, conference, or class, but me, I didn't really listen. I just didn't really care. I didn't want to take the risk of getting rejected. I didn't want to stop watching Netflix to fill out an application. I didn't want to be laughed at for trying at something I was interested in. No way. Life was going just fine, so why even bother? But there was one problem. I wasn't comfortable enough. As I entered high school, I felt an immense amount of pressure on my shoulders. I would hear, colleges are looking for leaders. Colleges are looking for people who challenge themselves. Colleges want well-rounded people. It was getting into my head and made me shudder every time I heard anything like that. Why? Because I didn't do a single one of those things. I was stuck on my own comfortable island, doing my best to stay miles away from any risk I could possibly encounter. On the other hand, everyone else seemed to be way ahead of me. That guy over there, he was a national rock climbing champion. Her, she did Kung Fu and was president of the math club. The guy next to me in history, he took 5 AP classes and was applying to UC Berkeley. But me? Not me. I was so confused. Why did all these people spend the time, put in the effort to do all these things? Why did they even try if there's such a high chance of failing? Everywhere I looked, the world seemed to be sprinting ahead of me, while I was still learning to crawl with an Xbox controller in my hand. So I realized I needed to try something new, something risky. I decided to raise my hand, to step up to opportunities instead of running away, to conquer my fear of failure and make an effort to better myself instead of being content with passable, adequate, good enough. I actually began to listen to those announcements. If there was an application available, I would take one. And every time I did, I knew there would be some sort of risk involved. I may not make it, they may not accept me, I may not perform as well as everyone else. But even so, this time I would not let even that stop me, because I would find that even just trying bring benefits better than if I did nothing at all. An example of this took place in my school's JRTC program, which develops future leaders. I was like any other first year. Follow orders, try to have a decent looking uniform, and most importantly, not get yelled at. But then one day they announced, Flight Sergeant applications are out. Who's interested? I was immediately hooked. If I was chosen, I would now be the one to critique their uniforms. I would now be the one to fix the cadets. And most of all, I would no longer be a leader, I would no longer be a follower, but instead a leader. But the problem was the part if I was chosen. I would have to take a nerve-wracking interview, fill out a long application, and compete against many others who also wanted the position. At first, I went back to my old mindset. Why even try when I'm just one person among so many other people? I had enough things on my plate, and I definitely didn't want to add failure to that list. But wait a second. I had nothing to lose, right? If I don't make it, who cares? But no, because in my heart, it was much more complicated than that. Because in reality, I was scared. Scared that after all that work and commitment, it might turn out for nothing. But there's one thing a little bit bigger than that fear inside of me. Fear was not in control of me. I had passion. Passion to do what I want and not what my fear dictated. So with fingers crossed, I applied. 3 weeks later, I was flooded by people patting me on the back. I got the job. That's right. Me, out of all those people, became a flight sergeant. But what if I never applied? What if I let my fear consume me? Let the risk overtake me? Let my laziness constrict me? I would have missed out on so much growth. Growth as a leader, growth in being responsible, and working with other people, which continues to help me to this day. Now, there were also times when I also already had an opportunity There were also times when I had the desire to do more, I just needed the opportunity. I've always been very passionate about music, but I never really put that desire into action. Though I didn't really enjoy playing the violin, it just seemed easier to stick with what I knew. Later, I learned that my orchestra was in desperate need of cello players. But did I really hate violin enough to dedicate years of time and effort into learning a new instrument? But no, wait a second, I'm sorry. Wrong question. An old question. Now it's become, was it willing to step up to this opportunity that could possibly bring something amazing? Was I brave enough to open myself and make an effort to at least try? 3 years later, and I'm still playing the cello and I never get tired of it. It calms me when I'm stressed. It teaches me dedication, and as I improve, it inspires me to reach even greater heights. But the opportunity didn't stop there. Learning the cello gave me the opportunity to teach in a program called The Maze. As one of the members in this program, I get to teach kids with autism how to play the cello. Every week I come in to teach them a little bit more about music, but return home having learned even more from them instead. Being a part of The Maze has taught me compassion and patience in a world where there's way too little of it. Had I not stepped up to learning the cello, I not only would have missed out on the joy the instrument brings to me, but I'm becoming an even better person through A Maze.